Hello there. As chair of Haemophilia Scotland, I'm only too aware of what a difficult year this has been for everyone. Whether it's parents with children with bleeding disorders and the worries of maybe having to go to hospital out of hours and wondering at the height of COVID what might have happened, or those who've either been families who've lost loved ones or are still infected and are following the infected blood inquiry that seems to just go on and on and on. But I'm also very aware that the pressure upon our staff in hospitals within the haemophilia units has been difficult as well. Anybody working in a hospital these days has had an extremely difficult time. And I include in that the people behind it, not just the nurses and the doctors who've had to sometimes take pretty serious risks in terms of going to the place of work, but also the sort of background staff who, for example, might keep the records that are so important to us in terms of running efficient and effective services, the people who deliver the treatment products to our homes at this time. That's been a huge effort from them as well. Our psychologists and physiotherapists equally are in situations that we would never have dreamt of 2 years ago. It's very cliched that Christmas is supposed to be a special time, and we know once again it's not going to be. But we also know that for some people it's a very lonely time. So I think it's important that people feel, if they're very isolated, they're able to reach out. There are, of course, the psychology services. There's the infected blood psychology service, and there's the psychology service within the haemophilia units run by Gráinne. But if it's an emergency and it's related to the infected blood disaster, can I also recommend that people get in touch with the Red Cross service, which will be maintained 24/7 throughout the Christmas period. You just need to go onto the Infected Blood Inquiry website. Failing any of that, please no one feel the situation is hopeless. If you've got practical problems that we in Haemophilia Scotland can help with, then we're only too willing to do so. And we have given a telephone number for the Christmas period that if you feel that you've got a particular problem, whether it's an emergency or whatever, then please use that. It'll probably be me myself that answers it, as it's been directed on to me. So I do urge you that if you're struggling over the Christmas period, to reach out. One of the things I have seen in terms of the benefit of the various groups that have been set up over the last few years is the ability of relationships to be formed. So not only do I urge you to reach out, but if you know of someone in the bleeding disorders community that you think might be struggling, why not just give them a wee phone for Christmas? That would mean the world, I suspect, in many, many cases. So let me finish by offering you a wish that you have a very safe and, if at all possible, pain-free and basically a Christmas that you don't necessarily remember as the most lively, but one that you can come away from where matters haven't been any worse. And I wish you all the very best.